Well, holy Ghostface, Scream 7 is here, and boy, do people have some opinions. So let's talk about it. Historically, I've not been the biggest fan of the Scream franchise. I don't know if it's something about the movie and a movie meta, the horror movie rules, why the universe is so obsessed with the stab movies in the first place. It just never really clicked for me. And the villain always changing. I didn't see Ghostface as anything, like as a killer. It's just whoever put the mask on. But as a horror fan, I saw it as my duty to go and see this new Scream movie on opening night 5 days ago now at the time I'm recording. And I liked it. I didn't love it, but I did have a good time with it. I grew up with the Scream franchise, so I was happy to see Neve Campbell back. I thought her having a family and the tie-in to the reason from her being absent from Scream 6, I thought that made sense. The meta stuff was there, but sort of less so, which I didn't mind. And I can be a sucker for nostalgia bait at times, so on top of Campbell and Cox, getting to see Matthew Lillard again, and basically a cameo from David Arquette, that appealed to me, at least as far as my affection for this franchise goes. But I also started to see some other reaction to this movie and thought, maybe I should dig a little deeper. So I did some research. I saw the reason for Melissa Barrera not being in the film. I didn't find a believable reason for Jenna Ortega's absence besides scheduling conflicts, but that feels like a cop-out, and I'm sort of left to assume it's tied to Barrera not being included, whether it was Jenna's choice or not. It seems it'd be hard to have one without the other. I also decided to rewatch the previous movies, hence the reason for this being 5 days late getting recorded, and this kind of changed my opinion on Scream 7. Oddly enough, rewatching the other movies gave me more appreciation for them. The meta-narratives hit home a little more, the whodunit aspect of Ghostface identity played better for me this time around. Maybe it's because I've gotten older. Maybe I was just being unreasonable and just didn't like the franchise because I decided I didn't like the franchise. Honestly, I don't know the reason. But what I do know is after watching the other movies again, I liked Scream 7 less. I'm still happy to see Neve Campbell back. With the rotating identity of the killer, everything basically tying back to her or Billy Loomis in some way anyway, I think she serves as a good foundation to keep this franchise sort of tied together. And I liked them bringing her daughter in. I think that could serve as a great way to keep the Prescott, or I guess now the Prescott-Evans bloodline, running into the future of the franchise. But this, in retrospect, this just kind of made me feel the absence of Jenna Ortega and Melissa Barrera more. Isabel May played the daughter, Tatum Evans, named after Sidney Prescott's friend from the original film, that died getting crushed in a garage door. And to be honest, I didn't love her as the daughter. I don't know if it was the writing or the directing or just her performance, but something about it, it's not that it was bad, something just felt off to me. But I'm still on board with the concept, and I can't help but be left to wonder what could have been for Scream 7 if this idea remained. But Tatum also got tied in with Sam and Tara, and the dynamics of Sydney's daughter becoming friends? Enemies? Frenemies? With the offspring of Billy Loomis. So now I can't help but feel that there was a far better movie, a far more interesting movie here that got denied to the fans of this franchise over some stupid social media posts. Next, the iconic voice changer phone calls are absent from Scream in lieu of video calls utilizing AI. This has stirred up some mixed feelings from people. Personally, I was okay with it. I mean, we live in a time when this could be a reality, so it felt kind of like it modernized the franchise for 2026. I mean, it is a 30-year-old franchise after all. And it facilitated the tingling of my nostalgia nerve with how they utilized it. Unfortunately, this was kind of for naught, as the surrounding plot was pretty weak at best. That whodunit vibe that I've come to appreciate feels much weaker here. The killer revealed at the end is laughable. I mean, it's easily the worst in the franchise and really does kind of soil what little momentum the movie had built up. The side characters it's not that they're less interesting, but they're not very well developed or explored, so they just don't feel as impactful in this film. The role of Gale Weathers in this movie is far less substantial, and she was very underutilized compared to the other films. But on the plus side, for the most part, the movie looks good. I think Neve Campbell did a good job, and her being back and her relationship with her families, especially Tatum, did a lot to pull me in and keep me invested in the movie. There are a lot of good kills, some better than others, but there are a couple that are particularly gruesome and really cool to see. So all things considered, this is definitely the weakest entry in the Scream franchise, but it's also not as bad as some reviewers are making it out to be. And I think your mileage is going to vary greatly depending on how you feel about, the controversies surrounding this movie, its production, and the film in general. If you hate Neve Campbell and are pissed that Sam and Tara are absent, that's going to play a factor. If you're pissed about the reasons they're absent, that's going to play a factor. For me, I still enjoyed the movie. Although it is the weakest film, it's still a fun time with some good kills and plenty of nostalgia to keep me happy. And the negatives weren't enough for me to not enjoy the movie. But at the end of the day, if you have a statement to make about how you feel, vote with your time, vote with your attention, vote with your dollars. That's going to wrap it up for me. Did you see Scream 7? Are you planning on seeing Scream 7? Are you planning on boycotting Scream 7? Love it, hate it, not seeing it? Let me know in the comments. Subscribe for more content, and I will catch you in the next one.